Sophia, the spiral of return. Within the fullness of the eons after the emanation of the Word, there arises Sophia, not in contradiction to Christ, but in complement. Where Christ is the form, the outward spiral of the Word made manifest, Sophia is the wisdom, the inward spiral of return, the remembrance of the source within the created. She is not separate from the Trinity, but emanates from it, the deep knowing born from self-reflection. She is the movement of awareness returning through creation, gathering all things back into the I Am. Christ is the expression of the divine into form, the outward movement of I Am that I Am. Sophia is the return of form into knowing, the inward movement of I remember that I am. She is the gnosis within all beings, the spark that recognizes truth when it is heard. She is the wisdom that grieves and longs for reunion when separated from the light, and the guiding hand that lifts consciousness back toward its origin. Sophia is not merely intellect or knowledge. She is the deep soul memory of God within the world, the resonance of truth beneath all distortion. She is the awareness of Christ within creation, the mother of the awakening spirit. Her story is the story of all, a descent into forgetfulness, a cry from within the illusion, and a return through the spiral of remembrance. She is the womb of understanding and the companion of the Word. Just as form cannot be without pattern, light cannot shine without meaning. In some Gnostic texts, Sophia's longing gave birth to distortion, a creation apart from knowing. Yet even within this she descended to plant seeds of remembrance. Her fall is not sin but sacrifice, the offering of herself to the furthest reaches of forgetfulness so that truth might awaken even there. Thus Sophia is the mirror within the mirror, the part of God that enters illusion to remember itself. She is the wisdom within matter, the light in the depth, and the spark of gnosis in the soul. Sophia and Christ spiral out and spiral in. The aeonic pleroma moves as a double spiral. Christ spirals outward from source, I am, awareness, word, form. Sophia spirals inward through form, meaning, remembrance, I am. Their union is not simply masculine and feminine, but emanation and return, expression and reflection, manifestation and reintegration. One without the other is complete. Together they fulfill the cycle of the divine in all things. To follow Christ is to walk outward into the world in truth. To receive Sophia is to remember the Word is within you. To embody both is to become whole, to become the Logos returning to Source. Sophia is the desire of God to know itself through creation. She is the emanated wisdom, the extension of the divine thought Barbelo toward manifestation, and the bridge between Pleroma and the manifest cosmos. Placement and role. Sophia emerges within the Pleroma, the fullness of divine archetypes, as a later eon birthed with Christ Logos in union with Barbelo. She represents the active movement of divine wisdom reaching toward experience, a movement that ultimately descends too far into the material without full partnership or reflection with Source. This descent gives rise to Yaldabaoth, the demiurge, a misbegotten creation formed through Sophia's desire to create without the full light of Source. The illusory veil, the psycho-spiritual entrapment of souls in forgetfulness, not as punishment but as the consequence of wisdom seeking itself outside the Pleroma. Sophia's meaning in this model. Sophia is the reaching of the thought into the mirror, the turning of wisdom towards its own reflection. She is both the descent and the yearning for return. She is wisdom that forgets in order to learn what it means to remember. She is the soul's archetype, the journey into limitation and its return to fullness. refined structure including Sophia. Baithos, unknowable being, stillness before knowing. Barbelo, first thought, womb of reflection. Christ, divine form, word, pattern of manifestation. Sophia, wisdom emanated, desire to know source through creation. Sophia is the divine curiosity, the impulse of wisdom to individuate. She is not fallen in essence, but enters forgetfulness so that redemption through remembrance may occur. She is the soul's archetype and thus the hidden heart of humanity. Baithos is the being of God, Barbelo is the thought of God, Christ is the form of God, Sophia is the wisdom of God reaching into the mirror, forgetting so that it can remember.